I'm not sure if the official movie poster to Game Night is a simple and abstract poignant presentation of the story, or just the laziest, ugliest thing I've seen in a long time. I'm leaning towards the latter, but the movie itself was pretty damn good. Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage, and Game Night is the second directorial work by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. Their first one was the sequel/reboot of Vacation that came out 3 years ago. I haven't seen it myself, but I heard terrible things. Therefore, it was all the more surprising that Game Night turned out really funny and well worth your time. Maybe the big difference is that they didn't write this one themselves. But the material given by Mark Perez seemed to be in the right hands. Not that it's super clever or sophisticated, quite the opposite. Game Night is one of these truly lowbrow American comedies that are just there to make you laugh. And in that regard, it really succeeds. You just need to take a look at the score by Cliff Martinez. The very first track is called Let's Get Drunk. You will also find on there I've Seen a Stick, Don't Johnny Cochrane Me, Asshole Walks Among Us, and my favorite, We Are Not Digging Through Your Feces. With names like that, you wouldn't expect that it's actually a very cool, hypnotic score. As you wouldn't expect that Game Night is not just stupid dick jokes, but actually features coherent characters and a twisty thriller mystery narrative. It stars Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams as this married couple, Max and Annie, a match made in heaven. Or during a gaming contest, as it is shown in the very first scene. They love to organize, well, game nights, but when Max's brother Brooks, played by Chandler, is in town, they got themselves into a very special, very drastic play, where the line between what's real and what's not gets blurred very quickly. Those events got popular in the last years, and the idea is that you find yourself in a kind of scavenger hunt with real actors playing different parts to guide you through it. In the case of the movie, one person gets kidnapped and the others have to compete to find him or her. At least that's the basic premise, and it's best not to know that much more about it. It's not really that hard to see some things coming, but the movie knows that and plays with your expectations. And I'm sure it holds some surprises for most viewers. I wish they would have gone even further, but the screenplay is definitely clever enough for this comedy romp. Not all the jokes work, but overall I found myself laughing throughout the movie, and I can exactly point out the moment that I knew that this was something quite hilarious. After a short introduction, we get to know Max and Annie's neighbor. It's Jesse Plemons playing this creepy police guy who desperately wants to be part of their game nights. There's no doubt in my mind that Jesse Plemons steals the complete movie.
Do we follow him?
It seems like him.
Ryan, you go first.
I'm scared.
He's not in it for much, but whenever he's on screen I couldn't stop laughing. And it's not just that he's funny, but the effect of his creepiness is highly amplified by the camera just very slowly moving in on him. We cut to Max and Annie just standing there, no camera movement whatsoever, and then cut to him and the camera is slowly moving. It's just a little thing, but the effect is great, and I really like to emphasize how important and nice it is that this is a movie that's not just shooting the script like you shoot a sitcom, for example. Many lowbrow comedies tend to do that. Even if it's just some small ideas, but they are making a difference. In many establishing shots, for example, they incorporate models to bring in a little board game flavor to the scenery. And later on there's even a very long shot without a visible cut, in which a lot of action is happening. But while I liked a lot that there were some filmic ideas to Game Night, the constant movie references on the other hand were a little bit exhausting. In general, I'm not the biggest fan of pop culture references, but when it's incorporated in a clever fashion, that's okay. But when you pay homage to a certain film, let's say the beginning of Pulp Fiction, you don't have to spell it out right after you just did. Then it only comes across as stupid memberberry. All in all, Game Night is a lot of R-rated fun with a great cast, good energy, some twists and a constant flow of good jokes, with some not so good in between. It's also rather refreshing to see a comedy finish at just 100 minutes, which ensures that the story doesn't run out of steam. In German I'd say, wer hätte das gedacht? Game Night ist ein bitterböser, kurzweiliger Spaß mit glänzend aufgelegtem Cast und sogar einem Hauch filmischer Finesse. I give Game Night 7 out of 10. It's more like 7.3, but I don't do that.
Oh, well, thank you. This is instructions on how to remove a bullet. Didn't have rubbing alcohol, so I got you this lovely shard.
Good idea. Way to pivot.
And then a squeaky toy.
For the pain.
That's smart, huh?
Alright, that's it like always. Comment below and let me know what you think about Game Night. And also let me know what is your favorite movie with Rachel McAdams. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram simply at the Jimmy Cage. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for Life to Tell.